Pastor, how do you think the event's going today?
I believe that it's going just wonderful, man. I had never expected so many people.
Right.
And the people that we've talked to, not just members, but former members that saw that the need was there. And I think the thing that is, it felt safe. We made it safe.
Yes.
And it was non-judgmental.
Yes.
That's the part.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the essence. Everybody was able to be warm and kind of keep a good atmosphere.
Right.
And it helped some people.
No, and I'm actually hearing a lot from a lot of people about how your church and your members open the doors, and you said non-judgmental. We're here to help. And that permeated through the audience today.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about it. Christ-centered, word-focused, and ministry-minded.
Right.
I mean, it's our philosophy. So it doesn't make a difference because I'm looking at members that used to be members of our church, and they're coming in. I said, yeah, put your head down, love me anyway.
Exactly.
Like, get that stuff straight.
Exactly.
You ain't got to visit me, but you got to visit them.
You got to talk to them. They're here.
Yeah, so I believe they had one guy in a suit, and that was comfortable for people.
Exactly.
But he wasn't the one that you had to go face. And sometimes that one piece that can intimidate somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so even in my dress or attire as I handle people, I change it up because how you look is how people are judged automatically. Yeah. And the perception has been great, though.
Yeah, and they don't want to feel that that you, like you said, judging them or talking down to them. So if you dressed up, it would make them think, oh, you...
Exactly. Well, my thing was at first I was telling everybody the DA be here. Yeah. I didn't know that was the enemy.
Exactly.
So I had to change my verbiage to like, look, ain't gonna be no piggy wagon in the bank here in the back of the alley trying to haul y'all off, ching.
I mostly deal with the district attorney, so I always say DA.
That's right.
And the public defender's like, no, that's not us.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we had to tighten it up.
That's why I've never had nothing to clean up yet, so I was kind of cool.
But you know, your humor and your professionalism made it easier for the crowd. There's a lot of people. And we had to feed them, give them water, get the kids here, and it took them down a notch. It felt, and I love the way you took charge. You said, look, here's how we're going to do it. And this is the way I understand it, this is how we're going to do it. And it worked well. You calmed everybody down. Message was clear. And a lot of people have stepped up and said, I got to come back to this church.
Yeah, I know.
Have you noticed that?
I like that part, too.
Well, that's good.
Especially when I took the phone from the lady. I know you ain't talking while I'm talking. She said, I'm going to visit you. We received that.
Exactly. We receive it and keep going. But I love the way that you did that. It made everybody feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You're a blessing to our community.
Bless
you give
you,
a beautiful church. And people, hey, I want you to come and visit this church.
Bless you.
I'm telling you, man, beautiful church.
Thank you, sir.
And you, by opening your doors, man, and the canopies outside, you showed you care. Your people showed you care. And God bless you, man. You are awesome.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us do it. All right. Bless you, Giles.
It's got to be a San Bernardino County case. All right? We will be filling out that paperwork. We will be filing with the court next week. And we will get you a court date. And make sure you get your correct address, name, phone number on there so we can get in touch with you. Generally figure on you're going to need to be in court to do this. I mean, sometimes judges will approve some of these and sign them before we even get a court date. If so, hallelujah. But just figure you're going to have to show up in court at least once. It may take 2 or 3 times, depending upon the judge and what your case is. But it's got to be a San Bernardino County case. If you got something in another county, it's the same form. Let's suppose you've got something here and you've got something in another county. Make sure you talk to one of our lawyers. We'll do what we can for you here. There is a form, again, Penal Code Section 1203.4 is the law number. You can go to a website, you can get the form, you can fill it out, and you can submit it to the county you're on probation. But we can't clear another county's probation situation. Okay, and as I say, some folks have got, things in Oregon County. So those are for the folks on probation. Now, some folks, it was more serious. Some folks went to prison, all right? If you went to prison, there is another procedure. It's called the Certificate of Rehabilitation. We use the letters C-O-R. So if you hear people talking about C-O-R, that's Certificate of Rehabilitation, that's for somebody who's gone to prison. It's a little, well, it's harder to get the record clean at that point, but it's not impossible. The first thing is you gotta be clean for 7 years. Now with probation, I've seen people clear it, in a year or 18 months. Typically 3 years is what it's gonna be for probation. But if you went to prison, you gotta have been out of custody for 7 years. Now, on the prison situation, the petition needs to be filed where you live. So it doesn't matter where your conviction was, where you did the time. What matters is where are you a resident. So if you live in this county, you live in the high desert, we can file that. It doesn't matter if you have multiple counties. What matters is you are a resident here and you've been out of trouble for 7 years. And what that means is 7 years from the last time you were released from custody. So if you got released from custody on September 13th of 2006, you're good. So long as you didn't have any more problems. Now you had a period of parole you had to fulfill, that's okay, so long as you weren't sent back on a parole violation. But it's 7 years from when you went out. So those are the 3 things that we are able to help you out with today. What I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to start sending folks to go talk to our lawyers. They're in the 3 rooms back here.
Aaron, you're the person who actually helped put this together. I know we worked quite close together the last few weeks. But what do you think about your turnout?
Well, I think it was great. I thank Mr. Jiles Smith here for bringing us together, and our church and our community. We have brought this, and I believe people were really helped. It was a blessing to them, and I am so glad that we were a part of it.
Well, tell us some more about your church. It's just been a great venue here. All these people are really excited. Talk about your church.
Yes, well, we are the Brainy Bush Church, where we're Christ-centered, we're focused, and ministry-minded, and our pastor is Reverend Dr. David Denson, Jr., and we are the church in the Oasis, and we would love for you to come and worship with us on Sunday morning. We look forward to Brother Jiles coming with us, too.
You talk to my wife about all that.
Yes, we will.
Hey, so we did a great turnout. I think we definitely beat from last year.
Wow, that's great.
We'll get our final totals pretty soon.
Yes.
People seem very happy.
Yes.
And I love the non-threatening environment.
Yes.
There was the popos wasn't around the corner. And
no, they were not.
And people felt comfortable.
Yes,
and I
yes.
like that.
And then that's when you feel when you come here, and we wanted to do that for them, and we're glad we're able to do it. And I mean, the people have really come out, and I mean, just to see them and to be a part of it, oh my gosh, this has been really, I mean, I am so ecstatic. I am really happy that we're able to do this. Okay. I really, really am.
Let's do it again. What do you think?
I think we'll be able to do it again, and we will have a great time doing it. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
My partner in crime.
Yes, always.
Helping the people out.
Yes, we're glad to do it. Thank you.
Again, Karen, you did an awesome job. You're awesome.
Thank you.
The church is awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, bless the Lord. How did the community play help you out today?
It was very successful. First of all, she took all the information, and she immediately reassured us that both needs would be met, and that was that he would be probably taken off probation early, and then also that his record. Okay. It would not be a cloud over his life.
Wow.
His future, he could go into his future without this being a part of it.
So you found this to be a non-threatening environment?
Oh, absolutely. Excellent. Very supportive, very encouraging. Mm-hmm. I just really encourage the community whenever this is offered, they need to do it, because there are opportunities here that would not come any other way.
Were you scared?
A little bit, but I was a little nervous.
How do you feel now?
I feel better. Actually, once this is all cleared up, I can do what I want to do now. I can go different places. I can hang out with different people, so at least I won't be tied to my own house.
Yeah, no ankle bracelet?
No.
We're just kidding. We're so glad you both came, amen. And we know that this is, based on the crowd, I think we're helping a lot of people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, bless you.
Well, thank you for reaching out to the community.
And Mr. Jiles makes it all happen.
Mr. Jiles, I really appreciate this. You don't know how helpful it is to people to be reassured that their life is not over, but they can begin again.
Well, that's what we do here at Burning Bush. We're changing people, changing family, changing community, and changing nations. Working with Lottie, Dottie, and everybody.
The NAACP, how do you think the event's coming so far?
Very surprisingly, this is wonderful. I just come by as an observer and didn't have any idea that the word had gotten out like this. This is great, man. This is going to help the community. People can get second jobs, increase the benefits on their job. It opens an avenue for them to expand. They're not limited to what they can do. So this is going to clear up a lot, and this is great. The mixture of the public and all, and being here so early, people are standing outside, in the sun. So this is great. This is really great, and thanks to Dr. Denson and Burning Bush and you. This is
don't
something
forget
great.
Phyllis Morris in the public defender's office.
Exactly. The young man. You can just see
he inspired you.
Oh, exactly. The relief on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, now he's free.
Right.
Right.
And he's free to enjoy the other endeavors.
Exactly. Quality of life now, So this is wonderful, and congratulations
well, thank
again.
You and your group for getting the word out as well. It's spread out to the community, and it helped it's over 300 families. There are 300 people here.
I know.
So it's about 1,000 families that we help out.
Because when I found it on the they sent me an email, so I just ran off copies and started passing them out because I know a lot of people didn't have access or didn't know about it. So this is great.
And the church is working together as well. Helps out.
That's great for the community.
Outstanding. Outstanding, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right.
Tell me, did you enjoy it today?
I enjoyed today. Everybody was more than helpful. They were polite. There was no judgment. There was nothing but a lot of friendly people to help you, to share with you, to encourage you. There is no discrimination in the economy, and the economy is bad, and what everyone is doing here is just helping everybody, and I truly appreciate it.
How many years did you suffer through this in which you couldn't go out and get other jobs or whatever?
It's been 4 years. I haven't had a driver's license in 4 years.
Oh my God.
And so at least this way I'll be able to get my driver's license back, and I'll be able to drive my daughter to school.
Yeah, some basic stuff.
Yeah, just simple things.
Well, how did it help you? Can you mind sharing?
She took 2 of my fines and passed me over to the community plea program, and
Beautiful. Did it get reduced a little bit? Did you save a little money?
She didn't reduce anything, and that's fine because I have more time than money, and just to volunteer the time is better than.
But you know, versus being in the shadows. Now you're back in the light.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And I don't have to hide anymore. I don't have to look over my back. I don't have to worry about anything, and I'm just glad that it's over, and I don't have to do it anymore.
Bless you. You're awesome.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here for all of us.
I'm here for the people.
Because we wouldn't know what to do without anybody like that.
Would you recommend that we do this more often?
Yes, I do. I would recommend that also other counties pick up your program and help with that program, because everybody needs just a little bit of help. I mean, It's not that we don't want to pay the fines or anything, but we also have food, we have gas and electricity.
Right.
And
kids to feed.
Yes, exactly. And just little things. And this just helps.
Just a reset to get you back on track, to take care of your kids and your family.
Yes.
God bless you.
Amen.
You're awesome.
No, God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm here with one of our great citizens who stepped up today to come and talk about it, and she had a great story. I wanted to talk about it. Just tell me some more about what was going on with you.
Well, back when I moved up here to Hesperia, that was about 1998. We moved up because my parents moved up to Hesperia. My mom wanted us to move. We moved from Upland, and the person they bought their house from had another house next door. And my mom kind of became friends with the man. He seemed very, nice, happy. He was just lonely, though. He lived with his disabled son, and my mom told him about me and my family, and I got to meet him. We were introduced. We'd come back and forth, and this happened for about 6 months. I got to know the man, and me and my husband felt sorry for him. And 6 months along or so, maybe even a little longer, he came to me and my husband and said, well, I'd like to ask you guys if you would take care of me, help like a caretaker.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had my kids were young then too. I have 2 girls and a boy. And I said, well, what do you need? You know, I knew he had health issues. He was diabetic. Just took medications. He wanted someone to take him to the doctors, feed him, company.
Healthcare provider, basically.
Exactly. And I said, well, what's involved? What do you want us to do as far as he owned the house for us to live with him? He said, live with me. I'll pay half the rent, utilities. You pay the other half. I said, okay. I said, let me, talk with my husband and we'll see. I was kind of nervous about it.
Right.
I guess I maybe should have listened to my gut feeling, but I have a big heart.
Didn't sound right.
Yeah, I have a big heart, and I thought, well, I never thought I could get hurt.
Right.
And
well,
my husband was
hurt you
good.
Then?
Well, he lied, and that's where the felony came about. And he said to me after we were living with him for a year, he says, my family doesn't love me. I have one son. He said, I don't want to leave anything to my one son. The other was disabled. My grandkids, he said, are too young. He said, if you take care of me, something should happen to me, you'll get the house. I want to put your name on the deed. I said, well, you don't have to do that. And in the meantime, the couple of years I was doing it, I didn't get paid for anything.
Oh, okay.
So, but I knew, that was the agreement because he was paying half the rent.
Exactly.
So if you want to call that as
compensation,
compensation. So we went along, and I was hesitant about the deed, but I thought, you know what? He seems like a good man.
Right.
My husband, I think, had his doubts, but he didn't say them right away.
Right.
Like he kind of felt about how the man was changing from getting obsessive with me and my kids, my girls, like making advances toward the girls.
He was older, and he's
yes. He was about 70 at the time.
Right.
And it was making me nervous. I was trying to talk to him about it. Well, I'm here to help you. I gave him his shots of insulin, took him to doctor's appointment. It made him feel like part of the family.
Exactly.
And I got to really care about the person as a person because I am Catholic, but I've always been raised with God my whole life.
Right.
And I thought, you treat people how you want to be treated. You give someone love, you're going to get it back.
Right.
And then one day, he put an ultimatum basically and said, I want you to leave your husband and stay here with me.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, why? I said,
out of the blue.
How would you dare expect me to do something like that? I have a family. I love my husband. Why? Like, just in shock.
Right.
And he started crying. I miss my wife and this and that. I said, I'm sure you do.
Right.
I said, but we're here for you. My husband, my children, your family now too will help you through whatever we can. So he told his daughter that he was estranged from for a while, everything that had been going on.
Right.
And they came and picked him up. They said, you know what? This isn't a healthy situation. From his own house.
Okay.
Said, this isn't healthy. They knew he told them that he put me on deed.
Right.
They said, we don't want him here anymore. We're coming to get him.
Right.
So eventually what my goal was I was angry at the time too because all the lies he was saying. He said I stole his car. He put me on title with him on the car.
Because you have to drive him around.
Exactly. So he's telling his daughter that I forced him to do that. Just all the lies started snowballing. So his daughter came and got him. And it was about a month later I was in the house, and I guess they reported it to Aging Services. And I've never been in trouble.
It changed your life. It changed your family's life.
Yeah.
And you're here today to kind of get it back on the right track because you couldn't really find a job.
I don't want to start getting emotional.
Well, don't get emotional, please don't. I mean, you're doing a great thing, and thank you for sharing your story with us as well, because it's important that people understand.
He
you can do,
lied and said that I made him do everything, and what happened. So when I went into court, I was going to fight it.
Right.
But the reason why I didn't, because the DA scared me.
Right.
He said, I can put you away on 15 counts of theft and forgery. And he said, you signed checks when you shouldn't have. I said, I didn't sign his signature.
Right.
And we had a joint account, too.
And people do that all the time with their parents, elderly parents.
So basically, the family started the trouble.
Right.
He didn't report me. It was his daughter that did. She started the ball rolling, and then his lies and her lies, and
he kind of just got you caught up.
Yeah. So
and you're here today to kind of clear it up, kind of basically thing, okay?
So what happened? Basically, I took a plea bargain.
Right. Oh.
They said 90 days at Glen Helen, and I figured if this is what I have to do to save, I didn't want my children up, my 2 daughters on the stand.
Right.
They could have testified. He looked at me inappropriately, said things inappropriately, and that even though I was being hurt, I pictured him, put in my head, Jesus died on the cross for us.
Right.
How he suffered, I didn't want a part of me, even though he hurt me, I didn't want that man
to
go through.
Right.
The pain what I was going through. You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
In other words,
the Christian part of you just, you didn't want to, and he's older and you care about him.
Right.
You lived with him, you took care of him,
Right.
you genuinely care about him, I understand.
So I felt like I was hurt, but I didn't want to make it any worse for anybody. So that's why I accepted the plea.
A lot of us have been lied on, so I definitely recognize that. But, until hearing your story out here on the floor, I was just so impressed that you are still standing, you're still strong.
Thank you.
You're here doing the best you can. And these actions that somebody else caused, stop you from getting employment, which affects your family as well.
Exactly.
And you're here to get that squared away. God bless you.
Thank you, and I'm so appreciative of what you guys are giving us the opportunity. And I want to feel like to have my life back. I feel that I haven't applied for work because of that. I feel like that people will look at me like I'm.
You get a scarlet letter on you. You're bad. You're not.
And no, I have God in my heart. I'm at church every Sunday, and God is first, then my family, and then my health, in that order. But it's just that I feel the things I want to do, I can't.
Yes.
I've worked with animals. I've been a receptionist, a bookkeeper.
Right.
Now I'd like to get into real estate, something to do for me and my family, of course.
Right.
I'm still supporting a couple of my children, even though they're older.
Right.
And now I'd like to have a job to put money away from my grandkids.
Right. You're average one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Ms. Bedford, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So tell me, how do you think this event's going so far?
I think the event is going wonderful. We have a lot of people coming through, and we've been here for a while, and we still have a room full of people, but I think it's going very well. The order and getting them in and getting in process is going very well.
So how long have you been with this church?
I've been with the church since we started here, so about 19 years.
And how many people do you think we've served already? I'm hearing 325 or so, and going higher?
It could be a little higher, maybe up to 400 by the time we're done.
Wow. What, are you seeing any positive? Are you talking to people out there and they're saying things to you at all?
I haven't been able to talk to a lot of people, but as we're looking to see how the crowd is going, we're making sure that they're fed and they have water. The crowd seems like they're really comfortable and, not a lot of anxiety or anything. So I think it's going very well.
So why is it so important for them to be comfortable and fed? What do you think?
Well, we want to make sure that their needs are being met and that when they come through here that it should be a positive experience. Anytime anybody comes through our doors, we always want to make sure that they feel the presence of peace and love through the door. So we have a saying here at our church, we love Lottie-Dottie and everybody. So we want you to feel that love the minute you come in to the minute you leave.
And what about the great Pastor Denson who helped put this on with me and some other people, Phyllis Morris, the Public Defender's Office? What do you think about the pastor?
He's an awesome visionary, awesome man of God. He's been with us working and helping out with the people. So he's a leader that just gets in with everybody, helps everywhere, wherever the need is. He'd cook, he'd clean. So he's just having fun. He's making the people feel welcome and just having a lot of fun. So he's just our man of God that just loves people.
He made me feel bad. He was moving tables early this morning, and I had to get back in there and help out. So
he leads by example. So he has awesome leaders that stand behind him. That we also, because he leads by that example, we have no problem serving with them, and we want to make sure that we serve and meet his needs as he meets the people's needs.
No, you sound like how's it been going today?
It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of productive work. When you're working and you're succeeding in terms of helping people, it's not that tiring.
Right.
Some of my worst days are in court when I only handled one case and it only took 15 minutes, but I'm watching somebody go to prison for a long time.
Right.
Today, I'm dealing with a situation where there's a lot of people who are able to help, and that's a real good feeling. So I'm happy to be able to do that.
You guys don't get paid for this, right?
That's correct. We are doing this on a volunteer basis. I particularly want to commend our support staff that came here and spent a good part of their Saturday. We get paid a decent amount of money. We're all professionals. Our support staff, they're not getting paid the same kind of money we do.
Right.
I'm not saying we're overpaid, but they certainly make less money than we do, and for them to be willing to come in and dedicate their time for something like this, that's a wonderful thing.
Right. Well, I think you're doing a great job. I think you guys have all done a great job today, especially Public Defender Phyllis Morris. She's a great light for us to follow, and your department especially. And I just think you guys are doing a great job for our people here in the high desert.
It's been my privilege to know Phyllis since 1985.
Okay.
And I often joke that she must have been a teenager when she passed the bar because of her youthful appearance. But Phyllis has been our public defender basically for about 2.5 years now, and it has been wonderful. So we're really glad to do this, and we're glad to do this for the community. Like I say, it's something we can really do to help people.
I want to thank you again for all your service.
Thank you.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?